Coming up, driver of Kazakhstan's economy. National projects, which will be implemented in the country soon, were presented at the government's meeting. New reforms from Kazakh Ministry of Education. A new subject was added to the curriculum for the first grade school children. Kazakhstan is seeing a significant decrease in coronavirus cases. Stay tuned for more details. The national economy of Kazakhstan shows strong growth dynamics, said Kazakh Prime Minister Asqar Mamin at the government's meeting. According to him, the GDP growth has sped up to 3.4% over the past 9 months. The key driver was the stable growth of production in the real sector. Thus, the volume of output in the manufacturing industry increased by 5.7%. The growth is seen in mechanical engineering by 22.8%, automotive industry by 31.6%, production of locomotives and wagons by 50.5%, building materials by 10%, pharmaceuticals by 38%, plastic products by almost 31.5%, clothing by 14%, furniture by 14.9%, finished metal items by 17.2%. The head of the government also reminded that amidst easing the quarantine, the country sees a strong recovery in the service sector. Due to the high dynamics in trade and communications, this sector has already achieved 2.9% growth, the Prime Minister highlighted. Kazakhstan intends to improve the well-being of 1 million rural residents through the implementation of a national project to develop the agro-industrial complex from 2021 to 2025. The document was presented by Kazakh Agriculture Minister Yerbol Karashukeyev at a government meeting. According to him, when developing the national project, global challenges and major trends in the development of the agro-industrial complex were taken into account. The drafters of the documents also took into account the results of the previous state and sectoral programs. In accordance with the instructions of the head of state, the following are the main objectives of the national project. First, an increase in labor productivity by 2.5 times. Second, provision with basic foodstuffs of domestic production. Third, an increase in exports of agricultural products twofold, bringing the share of processed products to 70%. Fourth, a steady increase in the income of 1 million rural residents through the formation of 7 large ecosystems and the implementation of investment projects. Karashukeyev also noted that 582 investment projects worth more than 4 trillion tenge will be launched in the near future.
Жобаның басымдығы ет, жеміс, көкөніс, қант, дәнді майлы дақылдар, сүт өнімдерін өндіру мен өңдеуді қоса алған.
The priority of the national project will be the formation of 7 ecosystems around major investment projects, including the production and processing of meat, fruits, vegetables, sugar, cereals, oilseeds, and dairy products. This will enable at least 350,000 farmers and households to participate in the creation of high-value-added finished Kazakh products.
Жалпы 5 жыл ішінде 4,1 триллион теңгеге 582 инвестициялық жобаны іске асырылуы жоспарланып отыр.
The government's meeting considered several national projects which will be implemented in the near future. Sustainable economic growth and development of entrepreneurship are among them. In addition, the projects National Spiritual Revival, Green Kazakhstan, Technological Breakthrough through Digitalization, Innovation and Science, and complex projects to improve the quality of education and health of the nation were also presented. These national projects are fully aimed at fulfilling the instructions of the president. Trade turnover between Kazakhstan and China since the beginning of 2021 has already approached $10 billion mark. This is 7.4% more than a year earlier. Our country exported wheat, barley, calcium and chalk phosphates, iron ores and concentrates, coal, natural gas, and other products to China. In turn, confectionery, medicines, fertilizers, knitwear, and ceramic tiles were brought from China to Kazakhstan. As for the gross inflow of direct Chinese investments into our country, according to the results of the first half of the year, it amounted to almost $509 million. At the same time, last year this figure exceeded $310 million in U.S. currency. Kazakhstan sees a significant decrease in the number of coronavirus cases. 1,499 people were infected with COVID-19 in the country's regions in the last day. This time, the highest daily increase was registered in Nur-Sultan. 271 people caught the infection there, plus 238 cases were reported in Almaty city. Karaganda region took the third place with 157 infected patients. The total number of coronavirus cases has exceeded 907,000 over the period of the pandemic. Thus, the red zone currently includes two major cities, Nur-Sultan and Almaty, as well as Pavlodar, Akhmola, and North Kazakhstan regions. The situation is slightly better in Almaty, Aktobe, Kostanay, Karaganda, West Kazakhstan, and East Kazakhstan regions. All other regions are in a safe green zone. The epidemiological situation in Kazakhstan's capital is improving. Comparing to the last month of summer and the first month of autumn, the coronavirus spread slowed down 3.5 times. If 16 hospitals were involved in treatment of patients in the city at the height of the pandemic, now their number decreased to 7. Out of almost 4,000 hospital beds, 990 remain. They are filled by 58% currently. The capacity of intensive care facilities is 44% full. Most of Nur-Sultan residents subject to immunization received coronavirus vaccines. However, this is not enough to completely defeat COVID-19, experts say. Currently, 84 vaccination points and mobile teams for immunization continue working. Due to timely vaccinations and the formation of herd immunity, the incidence in the capital has decreased. We are gradually returning to the previous rhythm of life. Quarantine measures are being eased.
Карантиндік шараларда жеңілдетілуде.
The World Health Organization recommended a third dose of COVID-19 vaccine for immunocompromised people. Experts explained that this is due to the fact that the 2 doses of the vaccine may not be enough for these people for full protection, and they risk getting severely ill from COVID-19. A group of experts also recommended that the third dose of the coronavirus vaccine be administered to people over 60 years of age, but only if they were initially inoculated with the Chinese vaccines Sinopharm and Sinovac. Overall, the WHO recommends that all elderly be vaccinated first, and then can countries proceed with the vaccine booster program. AstraZeneca has created the COVID-19 cocktail. The company said that the world's first combination drug works both as a treatment and as a prevention against coronavirus. It was developed to protect people who don't have a strong immune response to vaccines. The last stage of studies on the new 2-antibody drug indicates its effectiveness. Trials have shown that the drug reduces the risk of severe illness and death from infection by 50 to 67%. Last week, AstraZeneca asked the U.S. Food and Drug Administration to authorize the use of the drug for COVID-19 prevention. UK authorities call for pregnant women to get COVID-19 vaccine. They provide statistics according to which 1/5 of the coronavirus patients in critical condition are unvaccinated pregnant women. Chief Nursing Officer for England in turn assured moms-to-be the vaccines are safe and effective during pregnancy. As a matter of fact, to date, 78.5% of the UK adult population have been fully vaccinated against the virus. The Council of Wise Men was established under the CICA. The participants of the 6th meeting of foreign ministers of the Conference on Interaction and Confidence-Building Measures in Asia, held in Nur-Sultan, voted in favor of the establishment of this body. The advisory body will provide important high-level advice on a wide range of issues related to the development of the organization, including on ensuring peace and security, as well as on the implementation of confidence-building measures and on further directions and priorities of the organization's activities. President of Kazakhstan Kassym-Jomart Tokayev proposed the founder of CICA and first president of Kazakhstan Nur-Sultan Nazarbayev for the post of the head of the Council of Wise Men. I can say that the overwhelming majority supported the decision to establish the Council of Wise Men. It was proposed by President Tokayev at the most recent CICA summit in Dushanbe. And as you can see, the member states were very enthusiastic about this proposal and created a special provision. And now we intend to implement this proposal as soon as possible. I think it's a just and reasonable decision that the head of the Council of Wise Men should be no other than its founder.
Возглавить Совет мудрецов должен никто иной, как основатель.
A new subject will be introduced for first graders in Kazakhstan. School children will begin studying digital literacy from the third term of the current academic year.
Как мы знаем, наши первоклассники являются очень любознательными, и уже в раннем дошкольном возрасте они прекрасно...
As we know, our first graders are very curious. Even children at an early age, preschoolers, skillfully use various mobile apps, smartphones, and of course, computer equipment. They can easily turn on the computer on their own and start watching their favorite cartoon or an educational film. Of course, digital security and digital hygiene are a prerequisite in these educational programs. And starting literally from the first grade, all of these things are being worked out within the curriculum.
Цифровая гигиена, и начиная буквально с первого класса все эти моменты уже отрабатываются в рамках учебного плана.
According to Kazakh Ministry of Education and Science, the curricula of the subjects Information and Communication Technologies for the 4th grade and Informatics for grades 5 to 11 were revised. They were updated to provide children with quality and up-to-date IT knowledge. Various programming languages will be taught as part of the school curriculum, including Python, which is among the most popular ones. In addition to that, children in grades 5 to 9 will study 3D modeling and 3D printing. Nano-asphalt concrete was laid on a stretch of road in Almaty city. It was developed by specialists from Kazakhstan Highway Research Institute. The main difference between this coating and other polymers is that it uses carbon dust. It is obtained by grinding coal. The process is divided into 3 stages, in which the carbon component as the final product is dissipated to nanoparticles. According to the creators, the new type of road surface is more durable than other types of paving.
Бұл асфальт бетонның пайдалану, жолдағы пайдалану көрсеткіштері кәдуілгі асфальт бетонмен салыстырғанда.
The characteristics of our asphalt concrete are much higher than those of usual concrete. For example, some indicators are greater by 44%, while others exceed 2 to 2.5 times. We have already tested our development on Tolebi Avenue, and we are pleased with the results. The coating turned out to be much stronger than the usual surface.
Осы нано асфальт бетон сорапқа мықты қарсыласуы 2-2,5 есе үлкен. Сондықтан біз осы жолаққа осы нано асфальт бетонды салып отырмыз.
Almost 4,000 young Kazakh citizens received medals of the first president of Kazakhstan. A unique nationwide project is implemented under the initiative of Nur-Sultan Joly and is aimed at integrated youth development. Residents between the ages of 14 to 29 can participate in this project. Before starting, they must choose between the bronze, silver, or gold level and then begin a program lasting from 6 to 18 months. During this time, young people develop themselves in 7 directions, including sports, talents and skills, reading, national heritage, volunteering, expeditions and hiking, and working practice. In 2 years, more than 20,000 young people from different regions of the country participated in the project.
Ағымдағы жылы медальдің иегерлері, қола медаль болсын, күміс медаль иегерлері болсын.
Holders of the medals of the first president of Kazakhstan have advantages in awarding educational grants. In the current year, 605 medalists received educational grants in Kazakh universities. More than 30% of them are graduates of rural schools.
Берілді, оның ішінде 30%-дан астамы ауыл аймақтардың мектептерін бітірген біздің түлектер.
Өтінішті сол медаль елбасын сертификат арқылы бердім. Және бергеннен кейін жауапты күте бастадым. Жауап келгеннен кейін менің...
This medal helped me receive a grant and get into Eurasian National University. It was my dream, and this project helped make it happen. By participating in it, I also developed my knowledge in many important fields and gained invaluable experience.
Анамның үмітін ақтау, осы елбасы медаль жобасы арқылы мен өзімді әр саладан дамыта алдым десем де артық етпейді.